Hello everyone, welcome to Basic Electronics video lecture sessions. In today's session, I am going to explain the topic special purpose diodes. This is the part 1 for special purpose diodes. In today's lecture, I am going to cover the three main diodes: Zener diode, LED and varactor diode. The Zener diode, it is the one of the PN junction diode. We will study the working principle and characteristic with the symbol. In LED also we will study the construction, working and advantages, disadvantages with the application. And varactor diode, I will be explaining the working and equivalent circuit with the application of it. So let's start with the first diode, that is Zener diode. The Zener diode, it is a heavily doped semiconductor diode and it is specially designed for optimizing the diode and application in breakdown region. That means it works in reverse bias. So the working principle of Zener diode, that is, it is used in reverse bias condition. Look at this. This is the first diagram of symbol which will have the anode and cathode, positive and negative two terminals, and the second figure shows the actual experience with the two terminals. It is worked in actually both bias, that means forward bias and reverse bias. But if it is working in forward bias, then it behaves like a same PN junction diode. But if it is working in reverse bias, then it works as a voltage regulator. So this is one of the best application which regulates the voltage. So let's study the circuit diagram when Zener diode works as a voltage regulator. Look at this. This is the circuit diagram in which I have used the source resistance and load resistance. One Zener diode is connected in parallel with load resistance. According to this, whenever the input or load rises, even though the output voltage remains constant, that is the application. That means the term regulator means which regulates the voltage, output voltage. Let us consider the first case in which I am going to explain and assume the load constant. If IL remains constant and VI increases, that means VO tries to increase, but Zener diode takes more current and therefore the voltage drop across RS increases, so that VO does not increase, that means VO remains constant. Similarly, for the case number 2, if IL remains constant and we will assume that VI decreases, that means input voltage decreases, therefore output voltage tries to decrease, but Zener compensates the current, means Zener diode takes less current, thus source current decreases and VO does not decrease, that means remains constant. In short, I want to explain that even though input or load rises, the output voltage constant, VO remains constant because Zener diode compensates. Thus, the output across the diode will be constant value. Finally, the Zener diode can be used as a voltage regulator. So let's study the VI characteristic of the Zener diode. The first quadrant will show the forward region. So it will look like a PN junction characteristic. As input forward voltage increases, the current increases. But in the third quadrant, you can see the reverse characteristic for the Zener diode. At some particular point, knee point, the breakdown occurs and that is known as VZ voltage. Initially very small current flows, that is known as I0, that means reverse saturation current or leakage current. Then after we will get the minimum value of Zener current that is denoted by Iz minimum, and similarly after breakdown we will get the maximum Zener current, that is known as Iz maximum. So the region between Iz minimum and Iz maximum, that is known as Zener region. Now let us start the LED construction and working. I'll explain the second diode, that is LED, light emitting diode. LED is also two-terminal device, anode and cathode. The long terminal is known as anode and short terminal is known as cathode. Different semiconductor materials are used for various lights effect like GaAs, that is gallium arsenide, GaAsP, that is gallium arsenide phosphide, and GaP, that is gallium phosphide. These three different materials will give or will emit the three different color of light. Those are infrared, red or green light. Now move to the topic of working. It works in forward bias. The working principle of LED, that is, it works in forward bias, means anode is connected with positive terminal and cathode is connected with negative terminal. So according to this, forward bias connection, electrons goes from conduction band to valence band and they will recombine with holes. Due to the recombination, when the time of returning, it radiates the light. So what is the main application and working principle of LED? That it emits the light whenever it is connected in forward bias. This is the construction of LED, light emitting diode. We will have the two main materials, one P-type layer and another is N-type layer. The middle region is known as active layer. It will have the two terminals, positive terminal and negative terminal, and it is the reflective cup structure. The light will be emitted according to this construction. The symbol is also drawn here, on which the two arrows are drawn. Arrow shows that LED emits the light. Look at this. This is the actual appearance of LED. There are two leads, long lead, it is anode, and short lead, it is cathode. One lens is used and semiconductor material is placed inside the lens. Advantages, disadvantages and application. What are the advantages of LED? Long life, it can be operated at low voltage and it's switching fast. And disadvantages of LED are display becomes dim in the ambient light, power consumption is more compared to LCD display. What are the applications? In large numerical displays and in optical communications. Thus, LEDs are used most widely in displays for optical communication and alphanumerical displays like calculator, etc. Right. So now study the third diode. Let me explain, that is the varactor diode. Working. It works in reverse bias. This is the principle of varactor diode. It is also known as varicap or voltage variable capacitor. And that capacitance defined as the A by D. That means capacitance is directly proportional to the area and inversely proportional to the distance between the two parallel plates of capacitor. There is a depletion region while diode is unbiased. We all know that means the depletion region behaves like an insulator. If depletion region acts as an insulator, then there is no dielectric medium between two parallel plates of capacitor. But when the reverse bias is applied to the varactor diode, according to the symbol, it will act as a voltage variable capacitance, and whenever the reverse bias is applied, the junction capacitance is formed. How? Let me explain. When diode is connected in reverse bias, then depletion region width will be increased, and varactor diode is reverse biased. When diode is connected to reverse bias, the depletion region width is increased. That means due to the reverse bias, the width of depletion region is going to be increased. When diode is connected to reverse bias, the depletion region width is increased with increasing reverse voltage. That means as reverse voltage is going to be increased, the width of the depletion layer will be increased. Thus, varactor diode is reverse biased whose junction capacitance can be varied by varying the reverse voltage. So it is nothing but represented by this equation. C is equal to epsilon A by W. W, it is nothing but the width of the two parallel plates of the capacitor or junction. Look at this. This is the varactor diode equivalent circuit and applications. Here this diode acts as a voltage variable capacitor with source resistance, and varactor diode is used in frequency modulation circuits. Another application of varactor diode, it is used in voltage tuning circuit. By changing the reverse voltage, capacitance is changed. So the resultant frequency is changed. That's all about today's session. See you in next session. Thank you very much. If you face any difficulty, you can send me email with your difficulties or doubts. Thank you again.